Hola, family. Hello, everyone that is watching this. I want you to notice this new water bottle I have. Coldest loud. You know that this is not my first or second or third water bottle from them. My other one is over there. It actually has my name. This is a new one. Days coming up, and we have this sale going on. So stick around and come back at the very end, and we will get in. Let me know how you're doing and give this video a thumbs up. Right now, we have 4 people in here and only 3 thumbs up. So give me some thumbs up. Hey, boo, how are you? Give me a 2 if you can hear me okay. I want to deep into what people are dealing with right now, what you're going through with your hair, whatever your issues are, what problems are. 30 here in Vegas, but right now the Guru one-on-one, they have a pretty long video uploading right now for them. So, instead of me just laying around, I figured come here on live with you guys. But Guru 101 members, I need you to know you're getting long content today. It's going to be one of those long videos. I'm not sure if it's an hour long, but it's close to it. So, yeah, we have some stuff coming up. Okay, yes, let's do it. All right. You said yes, you left Team Natural. So let me know. And when I say you left Team Natural, I don't mean like, oh, you no longer wear your hair natural. I mean like you no longer follow certain rules and only do this and only wash your hair standing upside down, stuff like that. Can you hear me now? I know people can hear me because they answered my question. So maybe turn your stuff up. I'm sorry. Okay. You say, yes, you left Team Natural. So far, my natural is doing good. I love your videos. Yay, I'm so excited to hear this. Can hair keep growing if you always wear your hair curly? I mean, yeah, it just depends on how you're wearing your hair curly. So, what is your routine? And then the thing is, everyone's hair grows. So the question isn't will your hair grow? Everyone's hair grows. Everyone. The question that you need to be asking is will you be able to retain the length that you grow in a healthy manner? Is the hair that you have on your head, is the hair that you have on your head healthy? Give me a 2 if you can hear me. I'm so confused. Like, why are you guys saying no sound? Okay, so if y'all can hear me, y'all turn your speakers up. Shit, y'all stressing me out. Please tell me how to stop dry hair. So I need to know what your patterns are. If you have dry hair and your hair, your follicle is blocked and something is preventing your hair from collecting the moisture from your follicle, because everyone has a sebation and everybody has sebum coming from their scalp. Everyone. So if your hair is dry, something is preventing. So I need to know. Oh, my way give you life. Thank you. So I need to know what your patterns are. I can't. I don't know. Something in your pattern is keeping you from doing that. It's keeping your hair from absorbing moisture. All right, hold on. Let me go back up. Yeah, so I need to know what your patterns are, because something that you're doing is making your hair dry. Something that you using, some way that you styling your hair, something that you're doing is making your hair dry. So I need to know your patterns. You can't stop nothing until you know what's causing it. Okay. Then how do you make sure to retain your hair's length? I wash my hair 2 times a week and style it curly. So I'm not being rude, but curly is not a hairstyle. That's your natural. That's what happens when your curl is wet. When your hair is wet. But wearing your hair curly isn't really wearing it in a hairstyle. So it just depends on. I need to know more details because styling your hair curly literally just means that it's wet and you put product in it and then you put a part in a certain place and then you went like this and then you walked out the house. That's what styling your hair curly means. You put product in it and then put a part. All right, that's cute. I'm gonna go. So that's no pattern, no roots. So I mean, the thing that sticks with me is when you said have a regimen. I have stuck by that, and like, and let me tell you, life has become easier, and that's what I mean. I'm not trying to be rude, but when you say I style my hair curly, that's not a pattern. That's not a routine. Only because most people that style their hair curly don't even that you'll just put the product on your hair and walk out the house. Like you don't actually like set your hair and let it dry under a dryer. So it just I, I'm leaving the natural tomorrow. I have an appointment for a Japanese straightening service. Okay, so the only thing that I have to say about that is like that's a drastic leap. Like to go from team natural straight to Japanese straightening systems. Like first of all, what race are you to be getting the Japanese straightening system? That's first thing. Second thing, it's like in my opinion, that's a huge jump. I would, if standing behind a chair professionally, if you came in to me for a consultation and you would tell me, like, okay, I've been wearing my natural hair, I haven't put no chemicals on my hair in a year, and all of this, like, I would not give you any type of chemical service if you've been wearing your hair natural and you haven't been in the routine of dealing with your own natural hair at all. I would not give you any chemical service. But the first thing that we do is get you on a regimen, just getting used to touching your natural hair at all. Like I would be like, okay, let's do some for a couple of weeks and I'll blow dry your hair. I'll blow dry your hair and give you a real good blowout to get you used to seeing your hair like that before you Japanese straightening system. Because the thing is, a Japanese straightening system ain't nothing but a super strong relaxer. That it ain't no different. It's the same chemical compound. And gonna happen, you'll get the Japanese straightening system. But once you get the Japanese straightening system, you haven't seen your hair. You don't know what condition your hair is in. Put chemicals on your natural hair that you've been teen natural in for who knows how long, putting God knows what products on, putting God knows on the cuticle, on the follicle, and then you're going to turn around and put Japanese straightening system on top of whatever you've been doing for however many years with Team Natural. And then once your hair is straightened, you'll once you have that chemical on your hair, then you'll see the true life of your hair, guaranteed you. And I'm not you still wait because you got the appointment. So guaranteed, when she gets done, when she or he gets done with your Japanese straightening system, you're gonna a lot of your hair cut off. And it would be so much smarter for you to just book a silk press and to get silk presses every 2. Then you have seen the health of your hair. Get the health of your hair in order first before you go to a chemical. I would never, if you were my client or if you booked a consultation, I would never. I would be like, nope, sorry, I don't think it's a good idea. And I would give you a recommendation. And if you didn't want to follow my recommendation, you just find somebody else to go to that would do it to you. But I don't think that's a good idea at all. I'm just being honest. I just switched to straightening my my hair because I was there not gaining any length because I had to keep trimming every 6 to 8 weeks, five to 1.5 inches due to fairy knots and skins. And the thing is, like, that was not a trim, sis. You was getting a haircut. A trim is not even an inch. Like fairy dust. So that's what I mean. That was manual. That was mechanical damage from manual manipulation that you had, babe. Suffering with central alopecia. Can I use Olaplex? Absolutely. Olaplex is not a protein. Olaplex is a molecule, and Olaplex doesn't go on the scalp. It goes on the hair shaft. And any form of alopecia is an infection of the follicle of the scalp. So yes, you can still use Olaplex. Hi, Cyn. I finally found a live. Hey, boo. My hair is relaxed and I love it. I know you do. You 1 and 2 is this Friday. Yes. Can I add a black rinse the same day or should I wait? No, you can definitely add a rinse because it's deposit. There's no lifting the, like adding ammonia or, doing it. That's why most people can get uh I used to do that all the time, like give myself a relaxer and a black rinse in the same day because it was composite only. And after you get a relaxer, you end up what you're doing with the relaxer is opening the cuticle. So your cuticle already open, right? Close it down with myself or with my client. I would use a rinse, and a rinse is, oh, that was gross. A rinse is fine. So yes, you can, babe. Hi, Cyn. Oh, I already answered that. What's a good protein treatment besides Afro G and Green Beauty for a high porosity hair? Um, I don't really use protein treatments to be honest with you. At all. I'm high porosity, and I cannot remember the last time. I think the last time I gave myself a protein treatment, I was in cosmetology school, and I've been licensed for 14 years. So a lot of people who have high porosity hair have mechanical damage because they're giving themselves protein treatments. Your hair is protein. So unless you have some type of protein deficiency or unless you have like got color, received color recently, and I mean like double process hair color where your hair was dark and you went light, it got lightened, you don't need protein treatments. Like your hair is protein. Your hair is made of protein called keratin. Like you don't need protein treatment. So I don't I don't have any protein treatments to recommend to you. I really don't. I'm sorry. I don't use protein treatments in my hair because my hair is never lacking protein. So I never need to replenish protein in my hair. So, but I mean, so I mean by curly that I use a leave-in, a gel, and dry it. But that's what I mean, babe. So a gel is alcohol. So if you want to know why your hair is dry, it's because you style it and you set your hair from alpha keratin to beta keratin with alcohol. So yeah, and the gel, how it looks in the bowl, that's what goes within the follicle. Not within the follicle. Well, yeah, within the follicle if you put it on your scalp. And that's what goes within the hair shaft to live within the hair shaft. So you dry the gel into the cuticle and on top of the cuticle. That's why your hair is dry. So even when you go and put oil on top of it, when you finish, you're just putting oil on top of the gel and alcohol. Gel is like putty to your hair. So that's not styling your hair. That's literally just putting layers and layers and layers and layers of product on top of the hair. Babe, that's not like gel is something that before a foam wrap came out that I really liked. The gel is something that you use to mold the hair to block and hold. So it's not, gel and moisturized hair is not something that goes hand in hand. You basically pick one or the other, gel or moisturized hair, but you're not gonna have extremely moisturized hair if you style it with a leave-in conditioner and gel and then dry it with a blow dryer or a diffuser. So I'm just being honest. That's not a hairstyle. Yes, I've heard of that oil with Shea Bay for length retention. Shea Bay butter is what I use for length retention. Within the Guru 101, they have a new video coming very soon teaching them how to make length retention butter from Shea Bay. But Shea Bay is not a moisturizer. It's a mixture of a bunch of different herbs blended up together, and it's meant for retention. It's not even supposed to go on the scalp. If it goes on the scalp, it can actually make the scalp start to get dry and flaky and stuff like that, because it's not meant to go on the scalp. It's meant to strengthen the hair shaft. So Shea Bay is something that only goes on the ends. And I mean, it helps, like I said, to help you retain length. And as it pertains to moisture, whenever you're on the hair, if you're using the Shea Bay butter properly, it just makes it easier for the natural sebum that is in everybody's scalp, everybody with your skin. It just makes for it to flow from the scalp down the hair shaft. That's it. But it's not, you know, something like, oh my God, it's doing to your hair. I just cut my hair into a bob and relax after years of being natural and having this. How do I know when I should use, or if I should use Olaplex? My porosity change. You can use Olaplex regardless of porosity is, and if you've relaxed your hair, you could have had the person who relaxed your hair mix Olaplex 1 and 2 your hair. And if you are a person who with relaxed hair, remember Olaplex is a molecule, it's not a protein. So it's not like, oh, high porosity hair or medium porosity hair can only use this product. No, it's a molecule. Anybody can use it, any race, any density, any porosity level, sebum level. It doesn't matter. It's a molecule. Anybody can use it. And somebody who has chemically treated hair, whether it's through hair color or lasers, are the main candidates. So, of course, somebody with their hair in its natural state, with naturally curly hair, of course, is amazing for you, right? For the proteins and stuff like that in your hair. But the Olaplex was mainly formulated originally for chemical uses, after chemical uses. And as a relaxer, Olaplex is perfect for you. Olaplex was literally made for you. A routine and use but when I wear curly, it was issues. I did not have a hooded dryer to set it. Okay. My hair is straightened and I'm still team natural. You sure are, because it's the hair head naturally. When I say team natural, I mean like the girls who like, no, if you in your hair, you are not a black woman. I ain't straightened my hair in 17 years. I ain't put no heat in my hair in 37 years. I'm talking about the boo boo sprinkles and apple juice in my hair. I don't use no other products. That's what I'm talking about. Do you know someone in New Orleans area that knows hair like you do? I know that it looks like hairstylists and stuff be cool and friends and stuff, but boo, my own world. No, I don't. I'm sorry. I'm in Vegas and I'm from Detroit. I don't know nobody on that side of the world. Back to COVID precautions at work. Wash with Olaplex once a week 4 braids to the back, and work bonnet. I do rebraid within that week to brush. Sounds good to me. I have to say I'm committed to the change. Yes, I've been natural for 4 years. My hair is down my back. Do your thing, boo. Everybody's hair grows, babe. Everybody's hair grows. Everybody hair grows. And I'm not even talking to you. I just want us all to understand that the length of your hair is not a representation of the health of your hair. It is not. I had so many clients like they'll come in like, girl, look, they natural hair longer than the wig that I got on today. But then when we straighten it out, it's see-through all the way up to about right here. The length of your hair does not mean that your hair is healthy. It means absolutely nothing. It's a vanity metrics and nothing else. So I really need everybody to know that just because your wash and goes, you've been doing wash and goes, and your hair looks super long, it means nothing. And my YouTube channel can prove that to you because the women that I was doing when my channel went viral, all of them like, I ain't straightening my hair in 7 years. I ain't put no heat in my hair in 5 years. And then when I straightened their hair, it was see-through up to here. You could see through to their soul. But the hair that's down there to their butt, but you can see through it. It's like a couple strands of it. So just because your hair has gotten long from you doing washing does not mean that your hair is healthy. Long hair does not equal healthy hair. It does not. Just like these curls. These curls look real pretty. That doesn't mean that they look healthy when they straighten out. Just saying. I'm low porosity. What product should I use to unclog my follicles? I do want to relax my hair again. So your clogged follicle has nothing to do with your porosity level. Your porosity is your hair shaft. Your follicle is what your hair shaft is coming out of. So to cleanse your follicle, you need to get either a real good scrub or a real good exfoliating shampoo for the scalp. And I need y'all to remember that using a scrub one time or a clarifying shampoo one time will not undo years and years and years of blockage. Like you may use it repeatedly for a couple of months, a couple of weeks, you never know. But please understand that if you've been blocking your follicle for years, you just using the shampoo and or a scalp scrub on it is not going to undo the problem. It will not. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Also, my hair was trimmed when my braids were taken out. Oh, good. My hair so bad. What I do? I don't know. Who I wasn't here. I don't know what happened. I left 3 years natural and put a text slack saying natural. Yeah, it's a lot. How do I grow my hair? Everybody's hair grows, so you need to stop doing whatever's preventing it from growing if you want it to grow. If it's not. For dry scalp, is tea tree oil something I can use regularly on the scalp? No. No, you cannot. Tea tree oil kills bacterial infections. And first of all, you should never use any essential oil by itself. Tea tree oil should never be put on your scalp by itself. And if you keep putting it on there, it will thin your hair out. If you're a person who's ever used essential oil on your scalp by itself and your hair is thinning out, I can almost guarantee you that that's the lie. Essential oil does not go on the scalp by itself. And tea tree oil is not oil that is going to increase sebum production. Oil that helps to increase sebum production is ylang ylang oil. On the Guru 101, they have a recipe of an oil that an oil mixture that increases sebum production. But if you want to increase sebum production, no, tea tree oil is not the hit. Ylang ylang oil is that hit. It increases sebum production. Like that's one of the main usages of it. But tea tree, that's not its purpose. So no. So Juliana Cole, I'm at the same school. She just not there anymore. Oh, wait. So I missed that. So you back at school. Listen. So Marie, boom, hello, boo. How are you? So I don't know. Give me a two if you remember her story. Because how long ago was that, babe? Like it was either the beginning of this year or last year, where basically she was in cosmetology school and her instructor, which was a white lady, I'm sorry, but white lady, mind your business, okay? But basically she was telling her, she was trying to get her to detangle and get out matted hair with conditioner or something like that. And I don't remember exactly what happened, but I know that Marie ended up checking the instructor because the instructor was teaching the students some shit she learned on YouTube, and she checked her about it and was like, no, that's not right. Like, we got to do it like this. And basically, the instructor was like, well, if that's the way that you feel, you can get out because you rude, whoop, whoop, whoop. So she ended up leaving school and having to, like, at the time we thought she was going to have to find a brand new cosmetology school to go to, but she just said that the teacher is no longer there, which is so freaking amazing. I am so happy for you. But the reason that I went deep into that is because y'all need to do y'all due diligence and really, really taking your time and looking for a hairstylist. Y'all wouldn't just go into any medical office, let any doctor start touching on y'all. So stop shopping for random hairstylists, because all cosmetologists are not created equally, and all hairstylists are not created equally. There is a difference between a cosmetologist and a hairstylist. And a lot of the women that y'all been going to are not cosmetologists, they're hairstylists. And they know how to style your hair, but they did not study the human body or the science of hair. So there is a difference. I'm telling you, a lot of the women that y'all listening to that's like, oh, use coconut oil in the hair. They not cosmetologists. I'm not gonna say her name, but there is somebody that has millions of subscribers or a million subscribers, and people have been listening to her, buying products and all of this shit for years, right? Arguing with actual cosmetologists about stuff that she's made on her channel. And now she's going to cosmetology school to become the person that they've been telling y'all not to go to. Now, all of the YouTubers that have been telling y'all not to go to hair salons are becoming cosmetologists and learning. And now they will soon be teaching all of the stuff that they put y'all against. Mark my words. I've been right about everything else. That's what's happening right now. So what y'all need to be doing is learning the science of y'all hair, learning the science of the human body, and following that and nothing else. All right. Hi. My hair is super healthy. I've mastered my hair already. I've straightened my hair and cut my ends. Yes, get it, boo. That's facts. I just relaxed my hair after 3 years and I hate it. I wish I had a silk press first. Thank you so much for sharing that, Felicia, because I think that when I say things like that, people think that I'm being rude. No, I'm not being rude. The woman who brought up that you were natural and then now you're gonna go to get a Japanese straightening, like, I'm not saying, oh, cancel your appointment, stand her up. No, call her and say, hey, do you think instead of doing a Japanese straightening system today or for our next appointment, do you think I can get a silk press instead? And look at your hair first. Do not go straight from natural to a chemical. You like the way that it looks straight. And it's smarter for you to go and just get a silk press and see how your hair looks now straight before you add any chemicals to it. Because let me tell you something. Once you go, if your ends are already really split, the second that a chemical gets on it, it's just gonna split it even more up the hair shaft. Period. Period. So before you do anything, I really, really, really recommend before you go from natural to a chemical that you just straighten your hair first. Even if you got to do it yourself, you need to see what's going on with your hair before you let somebody put a chemical in it. Period. And if they know that you ain't put no heat in your hair and you ain't had your hair straightened and you've been doing the Team Natural thing for years and they cool with giving you a relaxer or a Japanese straightening, you need to be cautious of who you letting in your hair. I'm just being real. Because I don't know any cosmetologist that follow the science of hair like I do that will put a chemical in your head after you've been Team Natural for years and don't even know how your hair looks straight. That is literally the worst thing you can do. And I'm willing to bet money that you're going to be disappointed. You're not going to like your hair. I'm just letting you know, but I mean, don't say I ain't tell you. That's what I'm gonna do now. See, boom. Okay, get a professional silk press. I won't comfort. Like, do your thing, baby. I wash my hair every single day and it doesn't grow. That's why it's not growing because you wash it every day. You just answered your own question, baby. Will blow drying hair in the summer dry out? No. Like you still have oil coming your scalp. What about the blow dryer is gonna dry your hair out? All it's doing is taking the water out of your hair. That's it. Like it's just blowing the water out. Like that's it. No, it's not. Oh, I went down far. I missed a bunch of y'all stuff, Lord. All right, if I missed your question, just ask it again. Thanks for answering. My husband's laughing at me as I scream. She answered. She answered. To be clear, we are doing demi-permanent activator, same day as the relaxer. You're good. You are good, baby. You good. Tell your husband I said, what up, dog? I'm low porosity with medium density hair. What temperature should I flat iron my? I can't give you that response without touching your hair. Hair is not an exact. It's a freaking art form. I promise. I'm sorry if it offends anybody, but I can't. I never. If y'all know, if y'all pay attention, I never answer that question. What temperature should I have my flat iron on? I never answer that question. Hair is not an exact science. There are so many different things that go into what temperature the flat iron is. What because you said what I can't see. You said you have low porosity, but there are different versions of low porosity hair. There are different versions of medium porosity hair. There are different versions of high porosity hair. And keep in mind that has to be matched with your sebum level, your density. So I can't answer that question, love. I'm sorry. I shaved all my hair off last week. What should I do to my scalp to prepare it for maximum growth? Leave it alone. Leave it alone. God do not need your help. Was you there when you was made? Huh? Was you mad? Was y'all there when your scalp was made? No, you were not. You God need your help. You didn't even know you person when you was first born. You had no idea that you were a person when you was born. You just popped out. You either got pulled out the uterus or you got pushed out. You didn't even know you were a person. Your hair does not need your help to grow. When think about it, when you were first born as a baby, did you need any assistance? Did your mama have to put anything on your hair to make your hair grow? No, your hair does what it normally does. All babies get different forms of cradle cap and it goes away by itself and stuff like nothing. When your hair is short, the only thing that you need to do is keep your scalp clean and do not block your follicle with a bunch of heavy butters and oils. All you need to do, shampoo, condition, leave-in conditioner. If your hair is short, use a foam wrap and a serum once your hair dry. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. Leave it alone. I shave all of my hair off last. Oh, I just read that. Hey, Sam, how long should hair be to keep it in the silk press? Um, it needs to be able to wrap. So I would say about right here. I wouldn't do. I need when somebody came to me, I needed it to hit about right here. I'm not being rude, but it's a silk wrap. If it ain't long enough to wrap, I can't give you no dap. Okay. So I didn't even start straightening my hair like on a well, I never do it on a regular, but I didn't start like putting no heat in it till it was about right here. Because if it's not long enough to wrap, it's not a silk wrap. It's just a silk, or I don't know. How can I make the transition from a keratin treatment to heat train easier? Love, there's no just keep washing, shampooing, blow drying, leave-in, the heat protected and serum. There's no trick to do. You gotta let the keratin grow out, just like if you had to let a relaxer grow out. It's the same thing, but there's no like tricks to the trade. I'm glad you said that the length does not represent health. I really don't like wash and goes, especially on my curly hair. Yes, your length has absolutely nothing to do. Okay. I thought that I needed protein treatments because I have single process color hair and I blow dry and flat iron my hair every week or every 2 weeks. I do use Olaplex though. I'm from the D. So Olaplex is enough. You only need a protein treatment if you have a protein deficiency. You use single process hair color, so you only deposited hair color and you didn't lift anything out of your hair. So you're not missing any protein. You didn't take any protein out of your hair. So doing regular protein treatments and giving yourself an amount of protein that it doesn't need, you'll do more harm than good. So forget a protein treatment. If anything, I think you should use Olaplex Zero and Olaplex 3. Olaplex Zero and Olaplex 3, you using that like every 2 weeks on your wash day, that will be enough for you. I promise. What kind of natural products are safe to color hair? I only use either Joico or Spots Prof. So I'm a professional hairstylist, so I don't use anything else but professional hair color. So I can't really give you counsel on that. When using Olaplex, do you still need to clarify shampoo once a month? Yes, because Olaplex isn't a clarifier; it's a molecule. So yes, use products as you have mentioned and challenge consistently. Yeah, so yeah, like no, it's not a replacement for a clarifier because it's not a clarifying treatment, it's a molecule. How can I make the transit? Oh, I already answered that question. So hello, Cyn. Hey, boo. Since I've been in menopause, I've noticed a very small area where my hair is thin out. Is Nioxin scalp treatment a good product? So I want you to remember something. Once we hit 30, our body stops producing certain amino acids that it needs for your hair growth cycle. So, with that being said, if anything, it could be something as small as you using like tea tree on your hair one day, or I don't know, you using a little bit too much oil when you did a braid down that could suffocate the follicle because the body isn't producing the same amount of amino acids that in the past when you were younger would fight off certain different bacteria infections and stuff like that. It isn't producing that thing anymore, so it'll result in certain bald spots and stuff like that. So what I want you to do before you do anything is really do a clarifier first before you, and this is for everybody, before you try to tackle a problem with, before you try to fix it, I need you to make sure that you are addressing what caused the problem in the first place. Right. So I'm always about cause before solution. So I don't want to talk about nioxin scalp treatment yet until we figure out why you have the balding spot, because the nioxin treatment, right, is tackling a specific problem. So if that specific problem isn't the case, you could possibly have adverse effects, because the issue could possibly be the follicle is overloaded with something, right? So then if you follow up dioxin, which is putting something in the follicle to kill a bacteria infection that you may not have, you can really do more harm than good, if that makes sense. Because if the reason that you have that spot is because you have some type of bacterial infection in the follicle, and then you go and you follow up with something that is just going to add more, it'll sometimes feed the bacteria instead of killing it. So you need to figure out why you have the bald spot before you can figure out how to fix it. I really hope that that makes sense. Good stuff. You said I did that too. I've done a few soap presses and then I got a relaxer to confirm that I wanted it. Good job. That's all I'm telling y'all to do. Don't go straight from natural to relaxer, straight from natural to Japanese straightening system. Like, try it out first. See your hair straight. See if that's something that you even want to do. Because you may not want to relax your hair. The only reason my hair was relaxed is because I was wearing my hair in a short pixie. But if you're not wearing your hair in a short pixie, and and that's not something that you want to do, like, you don't do that yet. Because the thing is, a lot of times if you used to seeing your hair big and curly and then you just jump straight into a relaxer, you may just hate your hair because you used to seeing value, and then you go get a relaxer and there's just no value at all, depending on what type of relaxer you got. So I really recommend try it out, baby steps. Hey Sam, hi. I really learned so much from you. Do you need to deep condition high porosity hair every week? No, you do not. I have high porosity hair. I deep condition once a month. So no, you're going to give yourself moisture overload. You can still get moisture overload and hydro fatigue and protein overload with high porosity hair. It's just a little harder to do it because our cuticle's always open. But no, I only deep condition once a week. I mean once a month. Period. Anything more than that, you're overloading the cuticle. Deep conditioner, the particles are smaller than the particles are on a regular conditioner. So you just put all these itty bitty particles in your hair over and over and over and over again. High fatigue, moisture overload is what you will produce. So no, once a month. I only deep condition once a month on my skin cell turnover week. Facts, because at the end of the day, the health of your hair is more important than the stylist making that dollar. Period. Like, period. Ah! Ah! Wait. I don't know. I don't know where we at. The stylist giving me the Japanese straightening system has been doing it for over 10 years and works with black hair. Love, if you want to do it, then do it. She been doing it for 10 years. I've been doing it for 14. Um, and I mean, if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. I'm not going to do your thing, but just, uh huh. Um, I have high porosity relaxed hair. I'm thinking of doing protein treatments for straight. How often do you recommend that I do them? Again, I don't recommend protein treatments unless you have a protein deficiency. I haven't done a protein treatment in, I don't even know, since I was in cosmetology school. That was 14 years ago. So I don't have any suggestions on protein treatments. What if they had a relaxer before and they know how it looks straight? It's not about, I'm not saying get a relaxed, straighten your hair first so you can know whether or not you know how it looks. I'm saying you don't know the health of your hair. You cannot see the health of your hair when it is curly. You cannot. You cannot see the true condition of your ends when your hair is curly. Have anything to do with whether or not you think it's cute or whether or not you think it looks good or not. It has everything to do with the condition of your hair and if whether or not your hair can even sustain that type of treatment. Like, so, new subject. If y'all want to do relaxers, Brazilian straightening treatments, then do it yourself. Like, I'm not about to try to prove it to y'all. That's what y'all want to do, then do it. Just remember what I said. Go ahead and do it, though. Do it. Do it, sis. Do it. Shit. Okay? Oh yeah, I saw that. What's the natural hair products like food that's safe to color hair? I see people coloring their hair with onion peels. I don't support that. I just don't. Like, because yeah, it colors y'all hair, but y'all don't know what the properties of the limb the just I don't support it. So I'm sorry, I can't give you counsel on coloring your hair with vegetables. Like, if that's what y'all want to do, go ahead and do it. But I can't give you counsel on that. I need something for tangles for shedding in my natural hair. Hemp seed oil is life. Is life. He isn't going to relax your bone straight. He's leaving a waveform. And yeah, go ahead, do your thing. I have high porosity relaxer. I'm thinking of doing a protein treatment. How often should I do them? I don't. Oh, yeah. Lately, I've been using my old school pressing comb, and my hair is on point. Thanks for sharing the knowledge. No problem, babe. How does heat help with retaining length? I wouldn't say that heat helps you to retain length. What helps you to retain length is having a pattern and a routine that doesn't go against the natural rhythms of your hair. That's what retains length. I've never told you that heat itself retains length. Blow dryers, flat irons, brushes, combs, oils, essential oils, leave-in conditioners, shampoos, conditioners are all tools. They're all tools. But the thing that's going to retain your length is you and the pattern and the routine that you set for your hair and stick to. But no product, no blow dryer, no flat iron helps you retain length. You retain your length with the patterns that you stick to, period. Like, there's no product that's going to help retain length. Hey, Stan, I've learned so much for you. Do you need to condition? No, high porosity hair every time you wash your hair? No, no. You only deep condition once a month. But you condition every time you wash your hair, but you only deep condition once a month. I use henna for years. I've heard you say that it's not for your hair type, it's not for anybody's hair type, and can cause alopecia. I have an appointment with the cosmetologist for color correction, and we will discuss color options. Let me tell you something. I'm proud of you for going to a cosmetologist for your color job. But when you get there, don't argue with that woman. Please do not argue with that woman because most likely she's going to give you a high price because she has to, before she can accomplish any color, especially if you want to do anything other than black or dark brown. If you want to do anything other than black or dark brown and you have henna in your hair, she has to first extract the henna. So the first thing, please tell that woman the truth about henna, what type of henna you use, how much henna you used in your hair, and she's going to quote you a pretty expensive price because she has to, before she can do anything with your hair, she has to remove the henna from your hair shaft. Because if she doesn't remove the henna from your hair shaft, whatever color you pick is not going to come out that way. So that's something that I really need you to be cautious of. Whatever cosmetologist you go to, promise me you are not going to give her a hard time. And do not think that she's trying to nickel and dime you because she is not. It is very expensive for her to do an extraction of henna on your hair shaft. So whatever price she gives you, don't argue with her. And as long as she ain't like $4,500, Go ahead, pay it, sis, because it's expensive. And anybody who give you a lower price don't know what they doing. Anybody who be like, oh, if you be like, oh, I want to go caramel blonde, and you have henna in your hair and they be like 65, you're gonna be bald when you leave. Like, getting henna extractions are a nightmare. Does the girl know that you have henna in your hair? My main reason for wanting the Japanese straightening system is when it comes to my curls. I love my curls, but I like myself more with straight hair. However, my hair only lasts 20 minutes straight. But that doesn't mean that you need a Japanese straightening system, sis. That means you're not doing your blowout right. You don't have to go straight to a Japanese straightening system. I really don't think you should do it. I really don't. I really don't. Remember, I said don't come if you're sensitive. You don't want to brought it up. I don't even want to talk about it no more because I really dislike it. Like, I don't think that you should do it. If you like the way that your hair is straight, I'd rather you take the time to learn your hair, because you once you start the Japanese straightening system, you're gonna have to keep doing it. And there's a reason why Japanese straightening systems never took off like that in the Black community. It's been around forever. We never start using it for our clients because let's say something happens and you stuff go get down bad for you and you may not be able to keep up with your normal appointments. If you can't keep up with your normal appointments, it is not something all conclusive that you can live with forever. You're going to have to keep doing this Japanese straightening system forever instead of you just sitting down, learning your hair, and doing your blowout right. If your hair is bouncing right back, if it's only lasting for 20 minutes, sis, that's because either you or the person who blow dried your hair did not do the blowout right. Your hair should not be converting back. The only reason it's converting back is because you didn't take it. You never got it to beta keratin. It went straight from beta keratin to alpha. It went straight from alpha keratin and stayed in alpha keratin. You didn't do the blowout good enough. I don't recommend it. I really don't. Like I said, Japanese straightening systems did not just come out. They did it. And there's a reason why you can only find a select few Black women who do Japanese straightening systems. And most people that still doing Japanese straightening systems may do it on Black women, but they not Black. Because Black hairstylists actually have Black hair and they know the long-term causes of it. But a woman who's not Black, who's doing Japanese straightening systems for Black women, all she care about is the money. She has no idea what it's like living with hair that's been processed with a Japanese straightening system. Just because somebody do Black hair all the time does not make them a specialist in Black hair. It doesn't. It means that they know how to manipulate it and create a good vanity metrics. That's it. So again, if that's what you want to do, let's do it. But please, let's not talk about that anymore because I don't like the conversation and it makes me irritated. I'm just being honest because and I'm only saying that because I'm sure y'all can tell. Is Texlaxin taking hair protein away? Yeah, just a little bit. Mm-hmm. But no, because the type of protein that you talking about and the type of protein that's in a protein treatment are two completely different things. So the type of protein that's in a protein treatment bottle is not the same type of sulfur to sulfur linkage in the disulfide bond as was in the sulfur egg bottle. It's not the same exact thing. It's not like that's if you have a severe protein deficiency. But after color, after relaxers, after Texlax, you need a molecule reconstructor, not a protein treatment. So you need Olaplex or something like it. If you don't want to use Olaplex, use a bond reconstructor, not a protein treatment. Y'all get off of protein treatments. Bond reconstructors are what y'all need. When you're relaxing your hair, you're deconstructing the bonds. You need bond treatments, not protein treatments. Protein treatments is what gives you protein overload. Y'all don't hear too much about bond overloads, do you? No. But protein overload is a whole thing. Like, it's not the same thing. Protein treatments and molecule treatments, that's the thing. I ordered a mannequin so I can practice. Yes. How do you feel about apple cider vinegar? I don't like it. Apple cider vinegar is an acid. I'm an herbalist. I love apple cider vinegar. I have it in my house. I cook with it. I eat it, but I would never put it in my hair because it's an acid. It's a natural acid. It actually has its own scientific name. The acid that apple cider vinegar has its own scientific name. So no, I do not recommend apple cider vinegar in shampoo and conditioner and anything. Is hot oil treatment is good for natural hair. I don't do them, but I mean, if you want to. Yes, people color their hair with I saw red onions, like soaking red onions in and soaking red onions in water, boiling it and coloring their hair like or just I just see I swear Cyn said it was bad, but she thinks she needs to get a keratin treatment. Who gotta get a keratin treatment? Your hair is keratin. Like they be, I'm telling you, y'all be getting played because y'all don't know the science of hair. If you knew the science of hair, you would know that you don't need a keratin treatment because your hair is keratin. Ask y'all questions again, because if I didn't see them, like my eyes hurting scrolling up. So ask your questions again if I didn't get to it. Your hair is keratin. No one needs a keratin treatment. Your hair is keratin. That's what your hair is made of, keratin. So when they say a keratin treatment, they're treating and smoothing over the keratin. They just smoothing, putting a layer over the keratin, aka your hair. I'm glad you told us because I was adding a few caps before and after. Yeah. Don't like it's acid. Apple cider vinegar is acid. Don't put you can unclog your sink with apple cider vinegar. You can unclog your toilet with apple cider vinegar. Or better yet, go get a piece of wood and paint over the piece of wood and then put apple cider vinegar on that wood every day and see what happens to the wood. And you know for a fact that wood is stronger than your hair. And watch what happens to the wood. Put apple cider vinegar on wood every single day and watch what happens to it. Or put it on the same way that you just sit it on some wood. Sit apple cider vinegar in some wood in a little cup of apple cider vinegar, see what happens to it. You're going to watch it deteriorate. And wood is definitely stronger than your hair. So if it'll deteriorate wood, why do you think that it won't deteriorate your hair over time? Like, you guys. Thanks for sharing. Laugh out loud. He said, "Hey, Cyn, why this man on the planet can do a roller set like nobody's listening? Like, do that's what I'm saying. Do a roller set. Do like it's so many other things y'all can do, but like just spraying products on your hair and then walking outside is not doing your hair. Don't get mad at me. I'm just being honest. Like putting products on your hair and then going outside is not doing your hair. It's not. Like we treat our natural hair the way we treat wigs. Like with this wig, I just spray because I'm taking this off. I've been working on this. Y'all ain't been noticing, but I'm taking it off right here. Anyway, y'all may not notice it, but like y'all treat y'all natural hair the same way you treat your wigs. With this wig, I wet it. I put some curl definer on it to make the curls pop out and kept spraying it until it looked pretty. And then I was like, okay, I'm done. Pictures. That's not doing my hair. It's not. And I can prove it to you. Go get a curly wig that matches your texture, right? And treat it the same way that you treat your hair, right? So only do wash and go, let it air dry, treat it the same exact way that you treat your hair. And do that for 2 months. Just let it air dry, just put products in it every day. Rinse it out the same amount of time that you wash your hair. Make everything the same. And then at the end of them 2 months, I want you to wash the wig out, right? And I want you to do everything the same. I'm talking about flat twisted, two strand, all the stuff that y'all do to y'all natural hair. Do it to a curly wig, matches your texture. And then at the end of them 2 months, take a blow dryer and a flat iron. If you scared of one, take a blow dryer and a flat iron and give that mannequin a silk press. Or get that wig a silk press. Blow dry it out real good and straighten it. And watch how those ends look. How those ends on that wig look is exactly how your hair is going to look. We need to stop treating our natural hair the way that we treat our wigs. You can just throw some product on the wig real quick and keep it moving, but that's not how you treat your real hair. Your real hair needs a pattern. Who cares about what you're doing to a wig? Who cares? You just want to make it last for a certain amount of time, but stop treating your natural hair the same way that you treat your wigs. Stop it. That's the problem. Is blow drying a way to blend the new growth? The new growth is not going to blend. Anything that you do, whether it's blow drying, whether you roller set it, is just setting the hydrogen bond. But either way, your hair has two different chemical complexes now. Your new growth has protein. Your new growth has more protein within the follicle than the hair that's been chemicalized. So no, there's nothing you can do. You just have to let it grow out. That's it. There's no, babe. It's not. You don't blend your new growth. They're two different. They're two different textures. That's what I mean. That's what I mean when I tell y'all, like, don't do it unless you know that you want to stick with it forever, because it has to grow out. There's no watching it, blending it. There's none of that. And that's how when you get a keratin treatment or a Japanese straightening system, that's how they get you hooked. Or a Gina curl, that's how they look. Because the only way to make it look good is to get a reach. That's how you blend it. You got to get a retouch. If you don't get a retouch, sis, you just got to wait until it grows out. There's no blending it. There's nothing you can do to make your ends look like they got as much protein as your roots do, because they don't. You had a keratin treatment. Two, your new growth and your keratin hair are two completely different textures. There's nothing you can do. We saying the same thing. How do you style it? You style it the same exact way. The only thing that you can do is get a retouch. But other than that, you're just going to have to blow dry your hair. You may have to hit your roots harder with the blow dryer and get your roots straighter than you get your ends, because you have new growth. There's nothing. I don't know if I'm saying it wrong, but there's no styling it. You styling it. How have you been styling it since you got your keratin treatment? The same way that you've been styling your hair when you first got your keratin treatment, probably blow drying it and flat ironing it. It's the same exact way. You just have to wait until it grows out. There's no trick to the trade. That's why I'm so against keratin treatments and Japanese straightening systems, because once you start to, you're going to be confused. You have two completely different heads of hair on your head. There's no blending it. There's no styling it to make it look more presentable. No, like, you just got to hit your roots and your new growth a little harder with heat and get them straighter so they can try to match your ends that are keratin treated. But that's it. Why do some do big chops? Because it's bad. It's a fad. And then it wear your hair naturally curly and you have straight ends and curly and curls. It's not as cute. It's not as presentable. People do big tops for vanity metrics and for nothing else. How do you feel about rings? I don't know. I've never even heard of it before. Idea. Can you use a pattern cream after leave-in heat protectant for a braid out? No. Why would you want to do that? A curl cream is to define your curls, and you about to hair and set your hair in beta with no curls. That's just layering product that you don't need on top of the hair. So no, don't do that. A curl cream is for with your curls. So no, don't. You'll damage your hair. I comb my hair often, moisturize it, and play still knots every time I'm doing wrong. Because just braiding your hair is not a style, babe. Something that you do like you moisturize it and plait it. So you said you comb your hair often, you moisturize it and then plait it. So are you saying you wash your hair and comb it out, and while it's wet, you put it in braids? That's why. Because your hair, you never let your hair dry, and you leave your hair in beta and keratin wet, and your hair never dries in a braid. Like take a big cotton, like one of your husband's shirts, or or just a big something, or a piece of cloth, and put it in a bunch of knots. Go wet it and then let it out overnight and let it dry overnight. A lot of the place is gonna be dry, but when you undo those knots, within those knots is gonna be soaking wet. So with you braiding your hair up while it's wet, if that's what you've been doing, then what happens is you just cause your hair to split. Your hair is continuously splitting. Just braiding your hair in a couple of braids and leaving them on your head is not a style or a routine. It's not. That's why you keep getting split ends, because your ends don't have any direction. Cream will just make your straightened hair. Yes, because curl cream is the majority water. Are there any other bond treatments I recommend other than Olaplex? No. I'm just being real. Olaplex was the first bond treatment, period. Every other bond treatment after Olaplex is just a replica and like Olaplex. And a half-ass copy of Olaplex, because Olaplex patent so nobody can use the molecule. So no, I don't have a comparison. There have been other ones I've tried. I love Joico's color line. This the only color line I really use, but their bond reconstructive treatment, and no, it's not a thing. Nothing compares to Olaplex for me. Sorry, opinion. Not sure if I missed that. How often should you deep condition? Once a month. I've always been heat trained, but moved to England and no longer have my stylist. Is it more damaging to do is to let it do its thing naturally, or to try to? I mean, I would at least try to blow dry it yourself, but do its thing naturally. What does that mean? Like, just I would say at least blow dry it and just try to think of different blown out styles you can do. I want a donut or something. I just got hungry. Hey, Sam, I blow dry my hair once a week, and I'm considering adding heated rollers to my routine. Should I limit using heated rollers to once a week too? If you want to, I'm not really a fan of heated rollers, but so I can't really give you counsel on that. Um, but yeah, you can. Yeah, I would say don't do it any more than once a week, because you can't. The thing about a heated roller, you have no control over the amount of heat that's going within your cuticle. You have no control. It's a heated roller, is wrapped around the hair shaft unevenly, right? Because the majority of the heat is on the ends, and then it just spreads out a little bit of heat when you're going up towards the roots. So it's an uncontrolled and uneven amount of heat being distributed over your whole head. I don't really do. I don't use heated rollers. It's not a thing for me. But I mean, if you want to, that's fine. And yes, I wouldn't recommend doing it. I don't use curl cream, guys. Give me a 5 if you're new here. Give me a 5 if you're new. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, because I think we have a lot of new people here. Because I don't use curl creams. Sorry, I was wondering how to make the braid down more defined without using any curl creams. But you don't ever use curl creams for a braid down. Never. It'll make your hair revert back. You just use a butter. I'll use like shea butter or mango butter. But never ever use a curl. You don't use a curl cream. Because think curl cream for a braid down, it's a curl cream. It is not used for braids. It's used for your curls, girl. It's not used for braids. So that's what I mean. Like a curl cream isn't. Yeah, I figured it was a lot of new people here because y'all asking, and it's not a problem, but people asking questions like, I hate curl cream. Y'all know that. Like apple cider vinegar, I hate apple cider vinegar. Y'all know that. So yeah, I'm gonna when this video is over, I'm gonna leave a few videos in the description box that I really, really want you guys to go watch, and it'll answer all of those questions for you if you're new here to my channel. How many times a month can you use Olaplex treatment? Well, I use Olaplex every wash day, and you need to figure out. I need to know why your hair is breaking before I can figure anything out, because Olaplex will help you repair molecules, but it won't mend broken ends. So you need to figure out why your hair is breaking and get rid of the broken hair so that it won't keep splitting up the hair shaft. But I use Olaplex every wash day, like the shampoo and conditioner. And then whenever I straighten my hair, but I only straighten my hair once a month. So I use Zero or Olaplex One as a bond treatment once a month. So it just depends on what you need. Even a gel. What about a gel? For a braid down? No, a gel is water. Look, y'all start reading their ingredients. Gel, you never braid down with a gel. Have y'all ever seen like a braider braid with a gel? Maybe for your edges, but a braider, she don't drench your hair in gel and then braid it. Like, no, you don't braid your hair with water-based products. You only braid down your hair with the product that's not going to break the hydrogen bond. If you braid down your hair with a gel, you break the hydrogen bond and your hair is weakest when the bonds are broken. So you break the hydrogen bond and then braid your hair in a high tension style. That's the recipe for broken and split ends. Like, you want to get some single strand knots, blow dry your hair, put gel on and braid it down. You will have some single strand knots, guaranteed. Mousse foam wrap setting lotion will set the hair. Yes, it will. That's what it's for. It's a setting lotion. It's to set the bond. That, like, the products, I'm telling y'all, products are exactly what they sound like. Setting lotion. You use a setting lotion for a roller set to set the hair from alpha keratin to beta keratin. Period. Roller set. You set in the hair. Foam wrap. Setting lotion is to set the bonds. How can you take hair under a sew-in? So a sew-in is meant to be a protective style that lasts for a minute. Everything that you do to protect your hair in a weave or in a sew-in comes before the sew-in is put in. Once the sew-in is in, sis, all you need to do is make sure that you don't leave it in too long. That's it. But the key to making sure your edges stay and they don't fall out is when you put the weave in, making sure that you not braiding along this part or that you're not braiding too hard around the perimeter, right? That's how you do that. That's how you make sure you conserve your edges. You making sure you not, if these was my real edges, none of this is getting braided. None of that is braided. None of it. only behind the finger. So that's how you protect your edges. And then two, whenever it comes to the your weave and your protective styles and stuff, the key is making sure that it don't stay in that long. So, like I said, with the protection for your hair when it comes to the weave is, and you once your hair is in the weave, you not moisturizing it no more, sis. Like, remember, your scalp is producing its own oil the whole time the weave is in. The sebaceous gland is producing sebum, and that sebum is coming out of the follicle the whole time the weave is in your head. You do not need to add extra oil to your hair once the weave is already in. And then to protect your ends, when you put the weave in, you need to make sure that your braid down is A1. And you need to make sure that you have retention batter of some sort. My favorite is shea butter. You need to make sure that retention batter is on the ends so that the ends are strong and able to maintain the weight of the sew-in that you put on top of it, or whatever it is that you're putting on top of it, whether it's braids or anything like that. And then you just make sure that you're not leaving the weave in for 3, 4 months. Like, yes, it's a protective style. Yes, you want it to last a long time. But remember that even if it's a month, it's already lasting a really long time. It's already lasting a real long time. If you have a weave in your head for 30 days, it's already lasting you a long time, because there are women who wash their hair and blow dry it and flat iron it every single day. So the fact that you ain't had to touch your hair for a month, sis, you winning. You really are. The fact that you would like 2 months is the longest I would let any of my clients go, and after taking out themselves. But for me, I don't ever leave a weave longer than 30 days, because 30 days is already still a lot of time. A time. Most people washing, other races washing their hair every day, every other day. I get my hair often, but I get my ends trimmed in between. Is that okay? Absolutely. That's what you're supposed to do, babe. I love your channel. What you? I know what you mean. I braid my hair and make it more defined after by blow drying. Huh? I know what you mean. I braid with the butter to make it more defined, and I fine after blow drying, but it doesn't stay there. But okay. It's 9 weeks to keep a weave in. No, that's good. That's okay. Should I still do scientific brushing my bald scalp? No, you're not gonna do scientific. Do a scalp massage. So I'll have a video coming really soon, and how to not how to on my Amazon. I have on like my favorite scalp massagers, like my favorite scalp massagers or whatnot that you can use for your follicles and stuff. And it'll be like super duper easy for you to keep up with your skin cell turnover and stuff like that. That's something that you should do. But you're not, I don't want you to use like a brush, like the same type of board bristle brush that you're going to use on your hair for your scalp, because those brushes aren't necessarily for the scalp singly, like without any hair coming out the follicle. So if your hair is really 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 short, this is when you use like a certain type of massage brush or something with vibration if you really need it. But to be honest, you don't really have to buy anything. I would say you can mix walnut oil and, like, depending on what your scalp is going through, a certain essential oil, and then just the balls of your fingers are enough. Honestly, in circular motions, that's enough. You wouldn't even need to buy anything else. No problem, babe. Can you include a link to the video where you talk about heat training and what is to be accomplished. Yes, I will. I will add that in the description box. I think I made the video a couple of like maybe last week, so it should still be pretty high up there. I know a young lady that paid $1,500 for her weave and left it in for 7 months because she spent so much to get it done. I think wearing a wig would make more sense for me. Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, that's why most people leave weaves in their head for years, because they spend so much money on it, so they feel like the more most people feel like the more money they spend on something, the longer it lasts, and that's not true. Because a lot of times you pay them for labor. Like that, it doesn't mean that the style that you have in your head is gonna last a really long time. It don't mean like, oh, I'm charging you $1,500 I'm charging you $1,500 because this gonna last 7 months. No, she charging you $1,500 because of her name and who she is. That's first thing, and who she is in the industry. And then B, she charging you for labor, for the amount of time that it's gonna take her to stand there and braid hair, for the amount of work she got to do. Is more labor than anything. So the amount of money that you pay for a weave doesn't equal the amount of time that you should leave it in. I don't care how many you pay for a weave, you should not leave it in no longer than 2.5 months. Period. Period. But of course, if you pay a whole bunch of money for it, you don't think that you should be taking it out that often. So that's something that everybody needs to take into consideration when they get in weaves and wigs and stuff like that. You need to really ask yourself, like, is my lifestyle conclusive to this weave? Can I actually afford a weave? Because everybody can't afford a weave. If $1,500 or $300 is so much for you that you like, I'm only gonna be able to do this once every 6 months, do not get a weave. It's not for you. It's not. Because 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months is not a right time frame to leave a weave in. Remember, you pick styles based on what you can afford, what your regular lifestyle is. And sis, if you can afford to get a new, however much it costs, if you not afford to get a new weave every 3 months, then weave for you. Period. I'm sorry. And if you go into a person that's doing your weave for $45, $50 and you don't have no edges, we have the answer. But the amount of money that you pay for a weave is not the same. Thank you, Cyn. Is roasted walnut oil okay? No, not. Because once it's been roasted, most of the natural properties in it are gone. So no, it is not okay. You need to use 100% organic walnut oil. There needs to be nothing in it, no additives, nothing in the ingredient list but walnut oil. That's it. No additives, no preservatives, nothing. Just 100% organic walnut oil. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Leslie Martinez. Leslie Martinez said, did you mean you blow dry your hair, then add butter and then braid it? That wouldn't define your braid. Your hair has already been set beforehand. Butter does not have hold. Thank you. Like, to set your hair, you need to do it when it's wet. So if you want your hair to be set in a braided style, you have it in those braids, add whatever products you need to add. I'll add the description box below when this is over, but add whatever 5 products that you have to add, right? Put your wrap in, do your braid down, put your next strip papers on, sit under a dryer until your hair is 100% dry. Then your braid out will last. The reason that your braid didn't last is because you already set your hair in beta when you blow dried it. So by blow drying your hair and braiding it, it's not going to sit that way because it's been set in the blown out style. It hasn't been set in a crinkle. It was set blown out, and it's going to stay in that form of beta keratin until you wet it again. So thank you, Ms. Martinez. I appreciate you. Thank you. all that hair all that hair shedding get on my nerves within a month. Wrapping it up leaves it flat for me. So I researched pinning my hair to see if it works. I mean, so funny. I'm from Barbados, and the amount of food people. Ooh, hey, I need to drink water before I read it because I can feel it coming in my spirit. Hey, hey. So funny. I am from Barbados, and the amount of food people put in their hair and say that it's from the islands of Africa is hilarious. We eat avocados and cook with vinegar. Hey, thank you. Listen, I'm not even from there. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I don't know where my people was at before that. Okay? Cleveland and Memphis. My mama and them, they from Memphis. I mean, from Cleveland, Ohio. Amen. And then my daddies and people, they come from Memphis. All right? So I don't know nothing about the Africa. But listen, that's what I be trying to tell people. Like, put avocados in your hair. No. People from other countries, they are not stupid. Okay? They read, or not even read, they understand that they get way more out of stuff by ingesting it into the body than putting it in their hair. So the people in the different islands that all of these YouTubers are like, oh, I learned this from this islander, or in Barbados, they use this with avocados. No, they do not. She just said it. She's from there. She said they cook with apple cider vinegar. Me too. You supposed to put it in your body, not in your hair. Hey, amen. Do you hear? Hey, she coming from the place that everybody, all the YouTubers told y'all that they got stuff from. And she just said, eat it. We eat it. We eat avocado. One minute Cardi B like, I got bloody shoes. I got bloody shoes. Some wet ass. And then the next minute she talk about avocados and everybody want to be Nacho Bel Grande. Like, no. Hey, just wasting food. And that's what I'm saying. All of these videos, y'all like, oh, what do you think about Ayurvedic herbs and Ayurvedic hair care and only put herbs in the hair? What do you think? I think that you going down the line of only using herbs for your hair is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of if every day you go to McDonald's. Or if you don't eat the vegetables that you put in your hair on a regular basis, it's irritating. That's how I feel. All of these avocados, apple cider vinegar, all of that is supposed to be ingested into the body, not put on the hair, not put on the scalp. Everybody want to put everything that's supposed to go in the body on their hair. Everybody want to be a nacho Bel Grande and a taco so bad. An egg salad. Y'all put mayonnaise in your hair. Y'all walk around here smelling like pickle juice. Like, it's ridiculous. Pickle juice. Me and my mama went to the Walmart the other day, and this lady was walking past me. She was too close anyway, 6 feet. But she reached above me. All I smell is pure pickle juice. Pure pickle juice. It's ridiculous. Yes. And the thing is, you can do like shea butter. Make it the way that the people who look like you actually made it. Like, yes, you can use shea butter and all of these other herbs, but first make sure that you are first matching the inside of your body with what you're trying to create on the outside. Who cares how much avocado juice you putting on your head if you don't have none in the body? Remember, I always tell y'all, the body only absorbs 60% of what you put on the scalp, but 100, almost, not quite, but almost 100% of what you ingest. So what are we doing? We are not Nacho Bel Grandes. We are not burritos and tacos. Okay? You are not an extra at Taco Bell. What styles can you do on blow dry hair? You can do every style in the world on blow dry hair. Sis, at a hair salon, you blow dry the hair before you do every hairstyle that is on this earth, girl. That's a very vague question. Like, I don't. every style that I do is only done on blown out hair. So all of them, I'm confused about that question. I'm just being honest. That's confusing because every style that you can do is done on blown out hair. So I'm confused. I baby my hair, use the best products I can find, afford, keep hands off, have all chemicals, colors done by a pro. Yes. Heat under dryer bi-weekly with rollers. It has grown. It looks so good. And it's that easy, babe. It's that easy. It's that simple. Like hair growth and hair care is not complicated. Shampoo your hair, put conditioner in, put a leave-in in, and then use your styling product depending on what you're doing and get a serum, and that's it. That's it. Not rhino nipple juice, unicorn batter on the scalp, like aloe nipples on the roots. Like, no, just god damn it, man. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I've asked this before, and she has said to use butter for that. I'm a little slow here because I'm helping with homework right now. Help with that homework, boo. Do you like hairspray on? No, I don't use hairspray. The only time I ever use hairspray is if I do like some barrel curls or something, and then I like comb them out, and then I want the curls to set. But no, I never use hairspray on a silk press ever. So no, I don't like hairspray on a silk press. No. Key to a silk press, you're supposed to make the hair as light as a feather, so nothing sticks together. Hey, that's what I used to say. For a silk press, you want to make everything as light as it is so nothing sticks together. So it's a flow. That's how it's supposed to go. Whoa. All right? So no, hairspray, that's too much. Thanks for the answer, no problem. My hair retention has never been at this level. Thanks, Cyn. No problem, boo. That's all you. Don't be thanking me. You the one that made it come true. Ooh. With everything that you do. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna go into 215. It's 202 here right now. Beautiful black African queen. Oh, girl, you better tell them. What's your name on YouTube? Beautiful black African queen. What you mean? Yes, it's that. Keep it simple. Yes, keep it simple. Simple and easy. You don't see other races standing upside down, putting unicorn nipple juice, smelling like pickle juice and boo boo sprinkles and wick right all day. Like you don't. You just don't see it. What is the best clarifying shampoo for the porosity hair? When we talking about clarifying shampoos, porosity really doesn't matter because it's all about clarifying. So, I mean, Camera has a really good one. Um, I actually have an Amazon Live coming on Friday, so check back with me Friday on my Amazon Live. I'll leave the link to my Amazon in the description box so you can follow me over there. When you follow me on Amazon good with sending notifications. So whenever I go live, it'll send you a notification over there. Can you do a roller set with foam wrap on blown out hair? No, you don't need to do a roller set. You can't. When the only way a roller set works is setting the hair from alpha keratin to beta keratin. So when you it doesn't make sense for you to blow dry your hair. Your hair is already in beta, and then you put foam wrap on it, which is formulated with water, and then that takes it back to alpha keratin just to go back to beta. That makes no sense. Don't do that. Shampoo, condition, leave in, foam wrap, put the rollers in, sit under the dryer, take it out. But it doesn't make sense for you to take it like blow dry then put the rollers in because you going alpha back to beta instead of just alpha beta one time. So no, don't do that. It don't make no sense. you have literally changed a community of people here in Kansas City. Really? Laugh out loud. I have told everyone about your channel. Oh my God, thank you. From detangling with oil to not doing wash and goes, etc. Our hair is thriving. Oh, girl, let me tell you something. TK Lee, hey, you lucky that we ain't on Zoom right now because I'll be like, come to the stage and let's turn the page. Because next time, this is what we're gonna do. In a couple of days, I'm gonna go live on Zoom because I want you and a couple of other people to come up here. Because this is the thing. I'm not trying to like, oh, they don't listen to them. They stupid. Only listen to me. No, I just want y'all to know how simple it is. And this woman right here, she literally just said it. Have everybody detangling with oil and not doing wash and goes, and it's easier. It's easier. It cuts the time frame down in half. You have less breakage. You have less mechanical damage. I can guarantee you, if you doing wash and goes on a regular basis and then you switch over to the way that I'm telling you, I guarantee you, you will have half of the fallout. Most people that's doing wash and goes, y'all got clobs of hair in y'all brushes and combs when y'all get done. The majority of people are pulling out clobs of hair out of their brushes and combs every time they do a wash day. The people who switch over to what I'm saying, they almost have little to no hair in their comb when they get done. Period. And that's from beginning to end. From the time they detangling with oil to the time they blow drying their hair or setting their hair, whatever they doing at the very end, little to no hair in the brush. Guaranteed. Period. And I got the proof. Thank you so much, TK Lee, for saying that. I really appreciate it. It's like really great when people who have already put what I say into action and you see results. It's always so great when you do that. Kimra is so hard to find. Most I know it's a pro product, so if y'all want to know more like consumer based products that you guys can get, then I tell everybody to follow me on Amazon, because Amazon is the place that I'll talk about certain product suggestions and stuff like that. We have another Amazon live coming this Friday, so that's where we're going to do our next like little product thingamajigger, you know. So that's something that I really, really, really want you to know. Make sure you follow me over there on Amazon, and I can leave my product selection over there, because I don't the products that I tell y'all about are the products that I use, and I am a woman of my word. I do not product hop and use all of these different things. So I'm telling you, Kimbra's, because I've been using Kimbra forever, for years, forever. And my whole career, I've either used Design Essentials or Kimbra when I didn't have my own product line. So, yeah. I straighten my hair and blow. Wait. I straighten my hair and blow dry once a month. What are some things I can do to keep my hair from breaking off? So that's about your routine. So you said you blow dry and then you straighten it, but what are your everyday patterns and routines? Something that breakage is not inevitable. Breakage is not something that happens like it just has to happen. Breakage is a result of something. Like it's an effect of a certain cause. So you need to figure out what's causing the breakage. Something that you're doing after you blow dry and straighten your hair is causing it to break. So there's not a certain style of your breakage. You need to figure out what you're doing on an everyday basis that's causing your hair break. Oh my God, I've been talking for like an hour and 40 minutes, or 6 people in here and only 81 thumbs up. That is so freaking rude. It's so rude. Give me some freaking eyes. Like, really? See, take the credit. I try. I'm unable to join the guru. Your videos are so full. My hair is thriving now. After all these years, thank you. No problem, babe. I got you. And I know everybody may not be able to, afford $99 every month for Guru One-on-One. That's why I try to come on here live once a week, even though Guru One-on-One getting some serious action tomorrow because this video is longer, so it's taking longer for me to edit and upload, blah, blah, blah. But you guys, you got some serious action coming. Oh, baby. And I have pictures to prove it. Her knowledge works. Listen, let me give you my email. I want the pictures like today. Oh, that's not my email. Hold on, sugar. Oh my God. What are you doing, Cynthia? So email me those pictures, please, because I really do want to see. I have no TK Lee. I have no shedding. Girl, I could keep going. Laugh. My husband is even using your techniques. That's what I'm talking about. You do not have to have all of that shedding. The reason that all of y'all that are still those clumps and clogs of hair that y'all are combing out of y'all brush is because you are not supposed to detangle your hair wet. Period. I don't care what anybody says. You should not have that much hair in your brush every time you wash your hair, because understand that the hair that's in the brush is no longer in your head. That's mechanical damage. You brushing through your hair, you got a cloud of hair in that brush. Every time you brush your hair, not just after you take braids out, different. If you've had braids in for a month, we already talk about how often you shed hair, right? And how often you lose hair. So we're not talking about that. We are talking about you just combing your hair on a weekly basis. You should not have clobs of hair in your brush. I'm telling you. And Miss T. Kaylee I have no shedding. She does not have shedding. You having hair in your brush is not normal. You're not supposed to lose that much hair. You're not. You're doing something wrong. Something's wrong. You are not supposed to detangle your hair wet. I don't think anybody says. Or wash that. After this video ends, watch my videos on that subject. I made a full video about washing clothes. Tulip, hey boo. I'm proud of my hair, first time in years. It actually feels beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I didn't, and this is with me telling y'all to use less products than y'all been using. I'm not like use more. I'm telling you to use more and do less. Use more. I mean, you use less and do less. Use less products and do less on your wash day. Most of the people who follow my stuff, they wash days after a couple of weeks of them following the regimen that I set in place. Their wash days be like an hour tops. An hour tops from beginning to end versus 8 or 9 hours. Your wash day should not be a full shift at work. That's not normal. Doing something wrong. Just being honest. So right about that detangling with oil, girl. I'm telling you, little everybody. Even if you feel like you don't believe me and you think it's some bullshit, that's fine. Just try it, because dang, if you still online looking for answers, obviously what you do now ain't working. So what's the worst that can happen? If you don't like it, because it's plenty of people that's like, she don't know what she talking about. And then they'll go and start detangling with oil, and then halfway into it, they'll be like, let me try it with water. And then their hair will mat up on the side that they use water on and be like, okay, never mind, she was right. So just try it. Because it's an oxymoron with them telling you, oh, you can only use conditioner to detangle your hair is literally the dumbest thing in the world. For somebody to say, No, don't use conditioner to detangle your hair. Don't use oil to detangle your hair. That don't work. The only thing that works is conditioner. That is the dumbest statement anybody can make. They be like, oh, conditioner got slip. You know what gives conditioner is slip? Silk aminos and oil. Oil is what gives your conditioner its slip, because conditioner is nothing but water, wax, and oil, and an additive and a scent. And most of the time, the additive is silk aminos, which is very, very prevalent in most oils, most non-comedogenic oils. So to say that using a conditioner is better than using the oil is a very ignorant statement, because conditioner is oil. So you can use oil and not get any breakage because you're not breaking the hydrogen bond with water, which conditioner is formulated with. Like, baby. Ever since I started your 7-day growth challenge, my hair has been so easy to detangle and manage. You're a lifesaver for real. I'm glad I found your channel. I'm glad you found me too. Please spread the word. Please spread the word. You don't even got to give me credit for it. You don't even got to tell me. Tell them that it was me. You can make it sound like it was your idea. That's fine. But just spread the word so people would know how powerful they are without spending half of their check on product every week. Can you make a video on coconut oil and aloe vera like the one you had on rice water? I already have. Not under the microscope though, but I already have one. Stuff like that under the microscope and stuff like that. That's all on a Guru 101. I'm just being honest, because YouTube, they don't always be messing with the algorithm if I'm not giving y'all like certain type of silk press content and stuff like that, and it takes so much time. So I control my own algorithm on my website. So anything with my microscope that's not right here, even though I just turned around like it was, anything from my microscope is going to be on the Guru 101. All right, so I love you guys so much. Make sure you check the links in the description box below, because I'm going to put all of the links to the videos that all of you have been asking about, the things that are already there. I'm going to put that in the description box below, along with my Amazon store, my website. If you do want to read through some of my free content, or if you want to join Guru 101, you can do that over there too in the description box. And if you want to get your hands on one of these bad boys right here that you're going to see quite a few times, then make sure you click the links in the description box below too, because this thing has been ice cold since the very beginning of this video. Love you guys so much. Like I said, check the links in the description box below for everything. And I'll see you on the flip side. You know what I'm saying, dog? Hey, Jalea Nicole, let me just say that I've been noticing you, and I didn't even know you had a channel, girl. I was watching your channel, girl, and you be dropping knowledge and facts, and your hair is looking good with your relaxer, boo. So I love you guys. See you later. Alligator. Later on. Wait, by the wild crocodile.